War is the most dreadful and unnecessary event to have ever happened in the history of humans. But art has a way of bringing out the best from the most terrible situations, and cinema isn't an exception. War movies can be pretty damn entertaining, and that is why in today's video, we would be talking about the top 10 war drama movies of all time. But before we start, please note, movies in these lists are particularly drama movies centered around World War events. So without wasting much time, let's get started.
I think we should consider.
Excuse me, what is Valkyrie?
Operation Valkyrie. The reserve army has thousands of men all over Berlin.
Starting the list at the number 10 spot is Valkyrie. Released in 2008, the movie proved that you can be both historically accurate and appealing at the same time. Valkyrie is a powerful and captivating film with an inspiring story. It is an interesting historic World War II film that shows that not everyone in Hitler's army was loyal to him. The story is about a man named Klaus von Stauffenberg who joins a group of high-ranking men to overthrow the Nazi regime from inside. The film stars Tom Cruise and is directed by Bryan Singer.
If he drops it, shoot it.
Taking the number 9 spot is Unbroken. Directed by Angelina Jolie, the movie is based on the 2010 non-fiction book Unbroken, a World War II story of survival, resilience, and redemption. The movie is about a man named Louis, who becomes a sprinter and later qualifies for the 1936 Olympics. When World War II breaks out, Louis enlists in the military, but unfortunately, his plane crashes in the Pacific and somehow manages to survive 47 days adrift in a raft. Later, he is captured by the Japanese Navy and is sent to a prison of war camp.
If your eyes could speak, what would they say?
It's a pale day.
Pale.
Next at the number 8 spot is The Book Thief. The Book Thief is a 2013 British war drama film directed by Brian Percival. The film is based on the 2005 novel of the same name by Markus Zusak and adapted by Michael Petroni. It is about a young girl living with her adoptive German family during World War II. She learns to read by her kind-hearted foster father. Later, she starts borrowing books and begins to share them with the Jewish refugee who is being sheltered in their home. The movie won an Oscar for its soundtrack.
It's really horrible in the camp.
How dare you talk to people in the house? How dare you?
Right up at the number 7 spot is the 2008 movie named The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. The movie is about a kid named Bruno who is forced to leave when his father gets a new post in the country. While looking out of the window from his new place, Bruno sees people working at the distant facility where his father is working. Due to his childish reasoning, Bruno thinks the people are farmers, tending a garden, all wearing striped pajamas. We soon understand what Bruno does not, that his father's new post is at a death camp dedicated to the extermination of Jewish prisoners. Sneaking out of the family's house and through the backwoods to the camp, Bruno meets a young boy, Shmuel, and the two become friends. Soon, Bruno comes to understand why Shmuel is on the other side of the wire. A touching and haunting family film packs a brutal final punch of a twist.
Well, what is your name?
Mrs. Jessie Sutton.
Ah, Mrs. Sutton, it's a pleasure.
At number 6, we have Darkest Hour. Directed by Joe Wright, the movie is about the former Prime Minister of England, Winston Churchill. The whole of Western Europe's destiny hangs on the shoulder of Winston Churchill at the beginning of World War II. The newly appointed British Prime Minister must take a call whether to negotiate with the world's greatest tyrant, Adolf Hitler, or fight against the incredible odds. During the next 4 weeks in 1940, Churchill creates a once-in-a-lifetime legacy when his many courageous decisions and amazing leadership help change the course of world's history.
Tiny flat in Pelham, it's ghastly. The landlady's rude and horribly nosy.
You look the same, apart from the uniform, of course.
At the number 5 spot is the 2007 movie Atonement. Directed by Joe Wright, starring James McAvoy, Keira Knightley, and Saoirse Ronan, Atonement is a perfectly written romantic war drama film based on Ian McEwan's 2001 novel of the same name. The story is about a 13-year-old aspiring writer named Brioni Tallis who sees her older sister Cecilia and a man named Robbie Turner at the fountain in front of the family estate. Out of jealousy, she constructs a lie and accuses Robbie of a crime he did not commit. The movie won a Golden Globe for Best Picture in 2008.
Aber wenn Sie, meine Herren, glauben, dass ich deswegen Berlin verlasse, irren Sie sich gewaltig. Eher jag ich.
Taking the number 4 spot is the 2004 war drama movie Downfall. Directed by Oliver Hirschbiegel, the movie takes place in 1942 when a young Trottel Junge gets once-in-a-lifetime job to be the secretary for Adolf Hitler at the peak of the Nazi movement. The film narrates Hitler's final days as he rages against imagined betrayers while his mistress, Eva Braun, is sad over his emotional distance. And at the same time, other infamous Nazis prepare for the beginning of the end of the Nazi movement.
That's why any and every sumbitch we find wearing a Nazi uniform, they're gonna die.
Number 3 is the 2009 film Inglourious Basterds, written and directed by Quentin Tarantino. The movie takes place during World War II in France, which has been dominated by Germans. A young Jewish refugee named Shosanna Dreyfus witnesses the killing of her family by Colonel Hans Landa. She manages to escape the massacre, and luckily after years, she gets a chance to plot her revenge when a German war hero, Friedrich Zoller, takes an interest in her. The film received widespread acclaim and multiple awards and nominations.
Ich weiß nicht, wie ich Ihnen danken soll.
Danken Sie Gott nicht mehr.
In the second place on our list, we have the 2002 movie The Pianist. The movie is directed by Roman Polanski and is based on the autobiographical book The Pianist. It is a Holocaust memoir by the Polish-Jewish pianist Władysław Szpilman, a real-life Holocaust survivor. The movie shows how Władysław Szpilman, a Polish-Jewish radio station pianist, manages to survive the Holocaust and becomes a slave laborer. With impactful performance from Adrian Brody and terrific direction from Polanski, the movie went on to be a Cinematic Hall of Fame, bagging 5 Academy Awards.
Once the war ends, forget it. But for now, it's great. You can make a fortune, don't you think?
I think most people right now have other priorities.
Finally, at number 1 position, we have the 1993 film Schindler's List, directed and produced by Steven Spielberg. The film is about a German businessman, Oskar Schindler, who is ready to start a business and cash out from World War II, which has just started. Together with his wife, he decides to save thousands of Polish Jewish refugees during the Holocaust by employing them in his factories. The movie went on to become one of the most applauded war movies of all time, winning 7 Academy Awards and 3 Golden Globes Awards. That's all, folks. Thanks for watching the video. Make sure to drop a like if you agree with our list, and hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can get alerted when we drop more interesting videos on our channel.